good evening in Baltic Film Competition at Tallinn Black Nights Film Festival. Tonight we have a chance to celebrate international premiere of Latvian crime thriller, procedural thriller, Red Code Blue.
Yes.
Director with me together, Oskars Rupenheits, and main actor Raitis Stūrmanis.
Hello, nice to be here.
And they are coming just after, one day after Latvia's Independence Day. I mention this on purpose because your film takes us to Latvia just on the first years of Latvian independence. And it's not very easy years.
No, not at all. It's like mid-90s. The film takes place in that period of time. And it was, as we hear from our audience, that this is quite a throwback, and they're quite feeling the same mood and the same darkness in the city that we created on the screen.
But you involve us to crime schemes, bureaucracy, and corruption even in police level.
Yeah, well, if somebody who has seen the film would be asked what the film is about, they would probably say it's about the 90s. But for me, the story, it's about, I would say, my investigation of my own soul, I would say, and kind of searching for the answers, how corrupt is the one man's soul. And so that's the main subject for me, is the moral compass of a man. And in our story, this is the young police officer. And as one screenwriting tutor told me once, your story is as good as the rocks you throw at your main character. So I thought, where better to test the moral standards of the characters than throwing him into the Riga 90s, which was devilish time, you know. So yeah, that's what the movie is about for me.
Raitis, and for you, this is first time leading role where you play main protagonist.
Actually, first time role as such. I haven't been in any movies, and that's like a director's target to have non-actors as playing the cast. So yeah, it was a very interesting experience to be on the other side and to see how the cinema gets made.
And you're playing idealist policeman or rookie investigator. Did you receive from Oscars any suggestions maybe to watch other films, similar films, or in the same genre from other countries, from Hollywood?
Yeah, actually, we didn't. No, we didn't have any exchange beforehand. But
I told him not to watch any movies at all.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we didn't exchange any movies beforehand, or there was no suggestion list. I think we did it while filming, but it was like on a regular basis, like in our convos, and there was some crime movies in there. I think I was pretty high on during the filming. I was high on the '60s crime wave, the Melville films, stuff like that, and we exchanged some thoughts about those movies. Some Scorsese movies maybe, and other early 2000s crime movies. Yeah.
And Gene Hackman and French Connection.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oscar, do you remember the name of that 80s British crime film that we talked about? It was good.
But I remember that. I remember the very powerful ending with the long portrait shot of the. You mean that one?
Yeah. The Good Old Friday or Good Friday or something.
Yeah. This is with Michael Caine.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. That was the ending you were thinking about.
No. But
other one.
Yeah. I don't think Michael Caine was in that one.
Yeah. Let's not lose.
Too many films.
Too many films. But this is very original film in in Baltics we very rarely get films like that, police procedural, which can be used homage to Hollywood films, even uh, by David Fincher and other directors as well. But Oskars, I'm very curious how you investigated that era and how truthful and authentic are these crimes? Are they based maybe by true events or not?
Well, again, as I said, the very core idea of the movie is about the moral compass of a man. But at the same time, of course, when you open up the door to the 90s, it's like the whole, the kind of worms are getting everywhere. So, yes, I did talk to a lot of policemen, ex-policemen, and some young policemen nowadays. And yeah, I did research quite a lot, but I cannot say that this is based on a true story because it's not. But somehow I feel that some truths, some sprinkles of truth are there in the movie. At the same time, I have to say that few scenes are actually like replicas of true stories which been told. There's something like 3 or 4 of those in the movie. At the same time, when we sometimes meet with the audience after the screenings, and sometimes they tell us that actually that thing from the movie actually it was real. So we learn as we go that some of the other things were true as well. But yeah, I cannot say that the characters are based on real people because they're not. But one character or couple of characters are actually based on real people to whom I talked during the research time. But yeah, a lot of research, a lot of talking to ex-cops.
And there are at least several high-octane action scenes. Maybe, Raitis, you can tell us how you prepare together with your colleagues.
Yeah, we had some rehearsing with the fight scenes that we did beforehand. I also got to test out for a couple of times and shoot with the Makarov gun from that era that the police used. Got some good tips from the police academy, old instructors who used to instruct in the 90s, like the new cadets that I'm portraying in the movie. And yeah, I got some tips there. And I think most of the part was done in the rehearsals beforehand, like the choreography of the fight scenes, etc. But yeah, it was very exciting to do so. We got hurt a bit as well in those scenes, you try to hit each other as close as you can, but sometimes you touch someone.
He meant the director got hurt emotionally sometimes. That's what he meant.
One time I heard our artist, and yeah, it was a pretty funny scene. But yeah, most of the times it was safe. It was very, very good.
I have to mention that we were lucky that we did cast that some of the main the main investigators group are actually ex-policemen. So we had the luxury of having those guys on the set, and they did really correct something. In some places I had to go with a story. I said I understand that I cannot go with the reality of the situation, but a lot of times we really did listen to them, and they gave a lot of good advice on how things are said or done at that time.
And were you required, Raitis, to go through physical preparation for this role?
No, I think the main it wasn't like I wish
drink for a month beforehand, to get in.
Yeah, I think I was ready for that. I was waiting for the free gym subscription and stuff like that, but no, like it wasn't. The main actor wasn't supposed to be like super physical and so.
He's already so strong, so no need for that.
But yeah, like I think other antagonists were like the physical ones to portray the brutality maybe of the policeman in those days. I was like playing a rookie cop, and he's not supposed to be like super
jacked,
super jacked or yeah.
Oskars, it's an epic length film, never boring, but it's the longest film in our Baltic film competition.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for the kind words.
Not
Well,
the longest film in overall in Black Nights Film Festival, but yeah, I'm curious. I somehow guess what you wanted to make even longer version. So maybe you can tell
yes.
us what you and this is probably the most painful, what you had to cut.
Yeah. Well, the first, as the as the story goes, the first assembly of the movie was actually 4 hours long. So it's 4 hour film. So we we realized that we cannot be so. We have to, we have to save the precious time of the audience, and we cannot, make them watch 4 hour movie. But to be honest, we accidentally shot a series. To be honest, a TV series. So it's not gonna come out as TV series. As of yet, but we don't have plan for that. But as for the material, what do we have? We feel that this is the material for like one season of TV series. But again, I think that in a film you have to show only the essence, only the most important things. And of course, in the longer version, there was also like the corruption in the how you say, in prosecutor's office, and there's a lot of things and a lot of B stories. But I think that as they say, the less is more, and I think that we somehow. The producer Cynthia Anderson is actually. We had discussions that she thought that it should be even more, even shorter, But yeah, I think that we did capture a lot of things. I'm not really upset that I had to leave out some scenes, and I think that 2.5 hours is already quite a long time nowadays for people to go to watch in the cinema. At the same time, as you mentioned, Hollywood, they have 3-hour movies at the same time. And as you say, the biggest thing is if you say that you could watch it and you didn't go out, to get some beer, then I said that we are okay.
And I think that could be maybe the strength of the movie, that you had so much of material that you could choose from and to leave the most intensive and the best parts. And I think maybe that makes the film so involving and intensive, because like the most intensive parts are left in.
And we did had concern about 2.5 hour length. We did have a concern that the audience is going to be bored and looking to watch. And of course, someone says, it's a bit too long, and someone says it's actually I could watch even more. So yeah, I guess feedback we're getting from audience at this point is that it's not too long. So let's hopefully that they're not lying, and let's hope that people can sit and watch.
I think it flows like a real thriller. It takes you from very first scenes, and it's full of twists, and as I mentioned, action scenes, shootout scenes. It's like a good, excellent genre piece.
Thank you very much.
And you already released Red Coat Blue in Latvian cinemas, and you already know how many spectators already bought the tickets.
At this point, I guess, if I'm not wrong, we have something like 60,000 people saw it in the cinemas. So yeah, it's not the most watched movie record in Latvia, but it's for the times we're living in, when people are going to the movies less and less. I think that's quite an right result.
And Raitis, maybe you can briefly say about your collaboration with your colleagues on set, actors who are also not so known as Oskar said, but he aimed for non-professional actors.
There is one though.
Yeah, there's one professional actor or actress there. The spectators have to study the film and see or guess who it was. But the collaboration with other non-actors was very interesting, I would say. We had like the full spectrum of different types of people. Like in total, there's like 500 to 600 people starring in the film in different kinds of roles. They changed a lot, but the main ones who stayed were pretty amazing. some of the stuff was improvised on the set.
Mhm.
Some actors, for example, the American, he was like 70% improvising. He like took a glimpse at the text that he has to say, and then comes out completely in his own way. Oskars was fine with that. He allowed it because it turned out very great, and yeah, it was very fun to be there and to experience this. We were laughing, like the movie is very like dark, and it's a crime drama, but on the other side it was very funny and joyful to be there.
And you were allowed to improvise, or you had to follow the script?
I think I followed the script pretty much, but the good thing about my role was that during the first part of the movie he speaks very rarely. So yeah, I didn't have a lot to improvise on, but yeah, there were some things that I think we discussed that maybe it should be like this or that. But I think I was the one who stayed on the script the most. No.
Yeah, but I think so. Because of the as you said in the first part, you don't speak too much, only with your eyes. But yeah, afterwards we did discuss. We did change some dialogue, something which sounded like too literal, or maybe too poetic. We just changed and did break the sentence apart and tried to make it more like everyday language and things like that. But now there was some suggestions also from Raitis, which we actually.
And I think the trick always was if it doesn't sound powerful enough, put a swear word in it in the beginning or the end. And Oskars may or may not leave it there, but still it makes the whole sentence.
Yeah, one B word like feels like here or something.
Yeah.
So this was improvised from you.
No. But yeah, I think that was the trick we used sometimes.
And I want to wrap this conversation. Oskars, Ridley Scott always releases director's cut for almost every single film. Do you think we may expect Red Coat Blue director's cut in 4 hours?
No, not really. This is the movie I believe we wanted to make, and I say we because it's not just I am pretty much a control freak, to be honest, but within our team, producer, cinematographer, and actors, I think we found the kind of the length and the story we wanted. And I think if at some point there will be released some other version or maybe TV series or something like that, then that's in the not in the distant future. So I think there's no the director's cut. This is the director's cut.
Thank you, Oskars. Paldis, Raitis. Thank you for bringing
thank you.
International premiere of Red Coat Blue. Very intense thriller, crime drama. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.